Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the new movie Kung Fu Panda 4. I cannot count the number of times I've said Kung Fu Panda. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. That way maybe one day I could become the next dragon warrior. The synopsis is as follows. Po must train a new warrior when he's chosen to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. However, when a powerful shape-shifting sorceress sets her eyes on his staff of wisdom, he suddenly realizes he's going to need some help. Teaming up with a quick-witted Corsic fox, Po soon discovers that heroes can be found in the most unexpected places. So without further ado, let's get into the 6 things that make a movie great. 1. The plot. The plot of this movie is straightforward and simple, and it works. Po and Master Shifu are living life like always. When Master Shifu breaks it to Po that it's time for him to become a spiritual leader and move on and pass the role of Dragon Warrior onto someone else. Po doesn't want to do that because this is the first time in his life that he's actually been good at something. Through a set of circumstances, he meets a fox named Zen, who lets him know about this shape-shifting sorceress named the Chameleon, and convinces Po to let her help take the Chameleon down as she's a danger to the Valley of Peace and everyone else. I think keeping the plot simple in this movie really worked. There's clear-cut good, there's clear-cut evil, there's a buddy-buddy relationship, there's a nice little twist, and the movie ends really well. I thought the storytelling was really well done, so for me, plot gets a thumbs up. 2 is family friendliness. Kung Fu Panda 4 is rated PG. There's a moderate bit of action and violence, and moments of peril throughout. But as far as kid-friendly content goes, I thought this movie did a great job. Nothing is too weird or creepy or violent, and it was easy to tell that all the kids in the theater were enjoying it, and I found myself enjoying it as well. Also, when it comes to Po's dads, I was proud of how this movie handled it. As we know, Mr. Ping adopted Po, and then Lee is his blood father, and so the friendship that they have and how they both care about Po, I thought was a really good sub-theme of this movie. So for me, family friendliness gets a thumbs up. 3 is acting and script. While you don't see a lot of the original cast in this movie because the Furious 5 is not in it, you do have a few key actors returning to reprise their roles. Jack Black as Po, James Hong as Mr. Ping, Dustin Hoffman as Master Shifu, and Ian McShane as Tai Lung. Viola Davis plays the Chameleon, and I thought she did a great job voice acting. And while I kind of got burnt out on Awkwafina in live action for a while, she actually did a really good job voice acting in this movie. And it was more than tolerable, it was enjoyable. But through their voices, all of the actors and actresses seemed to be enjoying what they were doing. And the script of this movie, I thought was really well done. Not only the storytelling, but all the dialogue between characters was natural and funny. And I feel like that's hard to pull off after writing 4 of these films. I liked that it wasn't dumbed down humor, but it was enjoyable and fun to listen to. So for me, acting and script get a thumbs up. 4 is character development. I think the character development with Po is really good. He's scared to give up something he's been good at because it's the only thing he's been good at, so he's resistant to let it go. And over the course of the film, he grows in that and through it. And it's a really strong dynamic that worked in this film. You also saw a really good character development with Zen, and how Po was able to speak into her life and help change her perspective on a lot of things that she grew up believing. And even the Chameleon, they gave just enough character development and background for the Chameleon for you to understand why she's doing what she's doing and what drives her. And for a kids movie to be able to do that better than a lot of movies we see today, I just was impressed. This movie did a great job with character development, so for me, character development gets a thumbs up. 5 is visuals and CGI. Obviously this movie's animated, but visually it was very entertaining. While it wasn't as visually entertaining as the original Kung Fu Panda was, I still had a really great time watching it. The action scenes were fun and entertaining, and the animation was able to lend itself to humorous moments quite a few times. I know this is a kids movie, but there was a moment near the end of the film that while it was a cool moment, it broke continuity. So while that was noticeable for me, the kids are not gonna care. So for me, visuals and CGI get a thumbs up. And 6 is rewatchability. Gosh dang it. Kung Fu Panda 4 is just over an hour and a half long, and honestly that was a perfect runtime for this movie. They didn't add in a bunch of useless fluff. They didn't try to drag it out with stuff that didn't go anywhere. It was a simple, well-made film that was fun to enjoy for kids and parents alike and easy to get through. So I can definitely say that I find it worth watching again. For me, rewatchability gets a thumbs up. With all these areas considered, I have to give Kung Fu Panda 4 a 6.5 out of 10. This movie had a couple cheesy moments and a couple things here here and there that didn't land the way they wanted them to. But for the most part, this was a well-made movie. The visuals were fun and creative. The action sequences were entertaining. It had a great balance of moments of humor and actual character growth moments. And it did a really good job balancing all the friendships in this film and having everything actually mean something at the end. So with all that in mind, if you have kids, Kung Fu Panda 4 is definitely worth going and watching in theaters. Or if you enjoy animated movies and you're wanting to see it for yourself, there's a good chance that you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've seen Kung Fu Panda 4, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. As always, I appreciate your love and support, and I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one.